Hey guys, welcome back to Get Smart with Rory, once again bringing you Last Week in Science. To start off with this week, we have another new breakthrough in quantum computing. It seems like we have a breakthrough almost every week lately, and that's kind of cool because quantum computing is one of those fields that I'm very excited to see new stuff in. This time we have a new quantum computer chip developed by engineers out of the University of Sydney in collaboration with Microsoft. By comparison, today's best quantum computers are only able to use about 50 qubits, and a lot of this problem is structural. But the new quantum computer chip done by these engineers is able to handle thousands of qubits. So this would be a huge step towards functional quantum computing. Looking to the International Space Station, we have the first plant transplant in space, and this seems a little bit silly. Boo, plant transplants. But it's actually kind of cool because any horticulture that we're able to use in space is that much closer towards us being able to do interstellar missions. Because while the packaged food is all well and good and nutritionally dense and all those good things, vitamins break down as they're stored for long periods of time. So fresh vegetables would be huge, once again, in those longer space missions. Astronaut Mike Hopkins noticed that some of the plants that they were growing in their current experiment weren't doing so well. So taking extra sprouts from other plants, he was able to transplant them into the pods of the plants that weren't doing as well and grow more plants, about half of which is going to be eaten by astronauts on the space station and half sent back down to Earth for further research. Moving into a couple of quick science headlines, we have a new mathematically oriented artificial intelligence, the Ramanujan machine, which is able to use machine learning in order to produce new formulas for irrational numbers. Irrational numbers, just as a reminder, being numbers that you can't simply show as a fraction. I have some bad news for people looking to quit smoking. It turns out that cigarettes are even more addictive than we had previously thought. Or rather, cigarettes are exactly as addictive as we had previously thought, but it turns out that there are other substances ingested when you smoke tobacco which are also addictive, and in conjunction with nicotine are more addictive than either would be on their own. But for those of you looking to live that healthy lifestyle, new research shows that a single serving of mushrooms added to your daily diet is great for various micronutrients, including vitamin D, all while not increasing overall carbohydrate or just general caloric intake. Moving to our last couple of stories, it'll surprise no one, I'm sure, to hear that extreme distress has increased greatly for Americans over the last 30 years. Extreme distress being defined as serious emotional problems or mental distress reported in 30 of the last 30 days, and this has almost doubled since 1993. In 1993, 3.6% of the population was reported to have this, whereas today it's 6.4%. And by today, I actually mean 2019, as in prior to this whole pandemic lockdown nonsense. So I would be willing to predict that if it was reported today, those numbers would be quite a bit higher even. But there is some good news on the subject of the pandemic. New reports from the CDC show that masks continue to really work. Growth rates of hospitalization in states with mask mandates are down by 5.5% compared to the previous 4 weeks. If you're interested in any of the science I've mentioned in the video, articles, as always, are linked down below. And while you're down there, maybe, leave a like, hit that notification bell so you never miss out. And until next time, see ya.